Even countries a long way from Syria's borders could be vulnerable to the threat from terrorism. Reports have emerged that Al Qaeda is training European jihadists in Syria specifically to set up terror cells back home. RT's Maria Finoshina reports now from Damascus.
Despite the international community stepping up its efforts to bring peace to Syria and its people, the brutal conflict now has a new face. Radical militants have long used children in their fight against Damascus, but now more and more women, both local and from the West, are being dragged into jihad. Some apparently make the journey to marry fighters who they appear ready to support, no matter what. In the UK, a blog even helps those who want to marry a militant travel to the country. Here in Syria, training camps have been set up by Al Qaeda in areas held by anti-government forces for aspiring female extremists. Islamists appear keen to see women join them and then encourage some to swap a traditional way of life for weapons and suicide belts. The attraction is clear. Women draw less attention from the police and security forces. Western officials are concerned about the rising number of their nationals flocking to Syria to take part in the war. They're afraid that after being trained to kill, these men and women will return to their hometowns. That's a view backed by one rebel defector who said that that is precisely what militant groups are hoping to achieve. According to different sources, there are up to 2,000 European fighters here in Syria who joined rebels groups, many of which have ties to Al Qaeda. For the time being, they remain here in Syria, learning how to make and detonate bombs or how to use a Kalashnikov, all the time waiting for the moment when their fatal knowledge could be put into action. With the Geneva II talks set to kick off on Wednesday, there remain those who want no part in a political solution and are resolved to stay away from the negotiations. Instead, they plan how to expand their jihad. Maria Finoshina, RT from Damascus in Syria.